Hey, happy Friday.
What
Welcome
is up,
back,
guys?
TCA family. We are so excited to be with you guys today. Today, we're going to be talking about operations finance. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button if you've been getting value from us as well. But I want to first say welcome back to the Queen. Samara, man, we missed you last week. How's it
Oh,
feel
thank
being
you.
back?
It feels good to be back, man. COVID had me down for a little bit, but
Both of us.
thank the Lord I'm back up. Both of us are back up.
Yeah,
The whole family's
God is
up.
good. Just want to get into operations and finance, but before we hop into it, just based off of our experience, what most of us choose to do as new entrepreneurs is rush towards forming our operations department, rush towards forming our finance department, and we tend to forget to lay the foundation down. The foundation for our businesses as mobile home investors is KPIs, key performance indicators.
Absolutely. And this section, even operations and finance, is all about data. So if we're
Yeah.
not tracking our data, if we're not aware of our numbers, if we're making all of our decisions based on our emotions and how if we close the deal this week or not, those things will start to catch up to you and you face burnout. So this episode is all about KPIs, and this is the last episode of our Scale Your Sales
I hope y'all got some value out of this, man.
series.
I really
Yes.
do.
We hope you guys got a ton of value. And as you guys know, if you are Accelerator student, the last module, the operations and finance module, is going to be released today for free for you guys. You guys got to go check that out, especially if you've completed at least 3 deals already.
And we got some more goodies coming to you guys really soon here as well. You want to go ahead and give them a recap in case they're brand new to the channel,
Yeah.
you know what they missed.
So in the Scale Your Sales program, section 1 is all about the business foundations. If you guys haven't seen these episodes here on YouTube yet, we'll leave a link below this video where you can go back and watch all of the episodes. But the business foundations is all about how to manage your time and really set the right foundations with your vision and your core values. Then we went into advanced marketing. We told you all about the online and the direct response marketing methods that we use. Then section 3 was all about acquisitions and dispositions. This is how you acquire properties. This is how you sell properties, the people and processes you need in place. And we opened our whole business for you guys. You guys definitely want to check that out. Section 4 was about the people, how to hire, fire, and get along and build your culture. And lastly, we're here right now. Part 5, operations and finance. And we're going to talk to you guys about KPIs today.
Yeah, we got some solid information for you guys. But first, we need to build our awareness up. We want to first bring up the top benefits for KPIs. And we got 6 of them for you guys. The first one, you want to bring that up for me?
Yeah,
Thank you so much. They let you measure your results. This is really, really important when you talk about keeping track of the data with your business. It's really important for your reporting, and it's the primary key that informs you about the success or failure of the work you're doing.
Yeah. So, the big thing here, like we mentioned, is we're all about data, and we need to be able to measure our results on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, so that we have a benchmark and we know how we can change and adjust. If something's just not working, we need to know what's not working, and the data is going to pinpoint that for us.
Yeah. The thing I like about the data before we go into number 2 is it creates like actionable information. You can take this information, then just go out and apply action to correct any mistakes you have or improve on what you're doing. And then number 2, they help you set business goals.
Yeah. So we want to make sure that we have a target or something in place that we're reaching at in a set period of time. And so what the targets are doing and this data is doing, the KPIs, is allowing you to measure your progress as you're trying to achieve those goals, and then set realistic goals. If we're just shooting for goals off of no data, off of nothing, and we're just hoping to get them, and we're not tracking, we have no idea how on or off we are to the goal. And so that's the whole point.
Yeah. And we talked about bringing in people, hiring on people within our business. Once the people know, what your mission is, your vision is, but, you don't have any the correct data, you don't have the correct goals, everybody's going in different directions. It's really difficult to keep all the departments within your company in a line, working towards the same common goals. So this is going to help you a ton.
Yeah. Number 3 is they offer incentives to your team. So if your team is not tracking what they're doing, they're again basing their actions on emotions. Is my boss happy? Are you not happy?
Yeah.
Are you having a good day or a bad day? Instead of what is my target? What is the number I'm trying to achieve each and every week in the business? They're clear because you're clear on the expectation.
Yeah, the information, you get, it's going to really help to empower the people that you hire. They're going to want to improve on their own personal performance along their journey while they're working with you.
Absolutely. Number 4 is they help you find issues in your business strategy.
Yeah, I love this one because this is going to help you identify any current issues that need to be worked on in your business right now. Maybe you have some problems in your productivity. Maybe you have some problems in your marketing department. Maybe it's in your sales. It's going to help you identify those problems right away versus waiting like 6 months like we did and the problem presents itself, but it's a $15,000 problem. You could have saved it if you had the right data early on.
Yeah, and the data also helps you get in line with your customers' expectations. Did you meet them? Did you not meet them? Where are we in alignment with that? And also, like Jay said, what are the potential things that we can run into if we're tracking our data on a weekly basis, on a daily basis, on some things, we can start to see trends, and that will help us to identify, okay, what do we need to do instead of just guessing on every next strategy. Number 5 is they align your marketing and sales efforts. So we're going to go into a video here in just a minute about leading and lagging indicators. And marketing is typically a leading indicator and sales is a lagging indicator. So we want to make sure we're aligning with the leading. What are the inputs? What are the efforts that we're putting out? And sales is what's the result? And so we want to make sure we're aligning those in the business. That way they can work together.
I was just about to say that the key term here is alignment. It's so important that you have your marketing department and your sales department all on the same page. You want these two kind of working as close as possible together for better insight on the present and where we're headed in the future.
Yep. And lastly, number 6 is they're going to save business expenses. And so we want to be sure that we're aware of the cost of the projects that we're putting out, specifically in marketing, because we all know that could be the black hole of money that you just throw away and throw away and throw away if you're not tracking the results. So we want to make sure that, if we're looking at our metrics, especially in marketing, and saying, hey, is the money I'm putting into my website even producing any clients? And how much are those clients actually bringing into my company? So we want to be able to cut that off and stop spending money where it's not really producing the results.
Especially when you're talking about selling mobile homes, you might be putting so much time, money, and energy into fix and flips. But when you look at your data, the data tells you, hey, you need to be focusing on just wholesales for this season right now, because this is your bread and butter. You're kind of wasting a lot of your money just fixing and flipping homes.
Exactly. So you can learn so much about your business just by looking at the numbers, especially as you're more consistent with the deals that you're trying to bring in. This is how we scale, guys. This is how we bring it to the next level.
So let's go ahead and pivot right quick. Get your pen, your pencil, your notepad. You're going to want to write down some notes right quick. Let's go ahead and bring in this next section. Operations and the finance portion of your business. This should be a lot quicker. Got a little bit to go over, but we summed it up pretty well. So let's go ahead and get right into it. First and foremost, we're going to be talking about deal summary and KPIs. You hear us talking about this a lot. KPIs, they're the key elements. We call them key performance indicators. These are the numbers that will tell you if your company is healthy or not. These numbers drive what the strategy should be.
Yeah, so if you're not looking at the data, like we've said many times in this presentation, you're just basing your moves off of your emotions. And so really learning how to track your KPIs. And here's the thing. We don't track the KPIs. Our virtual assistant tracks the KPIs and they bring them into a spreadsheet for us. So we're going to show you that in a minute. So the key elements of KPIs are they're specific and measurable. They're important to drive results of the business. They're easy to understand. We want to keep these as simple as possible. They're tracked regularly.
That's the most important, right? The last two.
They're visible and we track 5 to 15, less is more.
Again, embrace the essentialist mindset. When we say KPIs, we've seen some people got like 20, 25 KPIs, just too many things to track. just get it down to 5 to 15. With us, we try to get ours closer to 5 or 6.
Exactly. So we want to talk about leading versus lagging indicators, because there's a difference between the both and how you track them and what they mean. So think of a leading indicator as the front end, the process goals. These are typically your marketing indicators. And then think of the lagging indicators as the performance goals or the results. So these are usually your sales indicator. So this is like how much money we're making because of the leading indicators creates the lagging
And we're
indicators.
creating a slide just to show you guys what we mean by this as well. So leading back versus lagging indicators. So like Samira said, leading indicators is the marketing. This is like the cost per lead, number of leads you have coming into your system, and then the number of new inspections that you have as well. And then the lagging, the indicators are obviously the sales. So we're talking about the revenue, the profit, and then the gross margin.
Yeah. So the leading indicators, what we do for marketing produces the sales. Without the leading, we have no lagging. So that's kind of how we keep track of that. And here's just some of the commonly tracked KPIs. Again, you don't have to track all of these. Just kind of think about, these are some of the lagging, the profit.
Which 5 stand out to you the most?
Yeah, the profit, the gross margins, like your cash, your customer service satisfaction. How many testimonials and referrals are you getting? Your lifetime value of your customers is also important. Can we get them to repeat business with us? The acquisition cost, how much does it cost to actually get a new client, and what are the ROIs we're producing on these clients?
And with that, it comes your marketing. How many new leads are you producing? What's the value of your pipeline right now? How many qualified applications are you getting out of those new leads? And then out of all that, what is that costing you? What's your ad spend? And then when it comes to sales, how many conversations are you starting? What's your close percentage? Out of that, what's your monthly cash flow? And then what's your sales revenue?
Yeah. And lastly, we want to track, when we have a team, our labor efficiency ratio. So based on how much money we're bringing in, how is the team really performing based on that? So these are just some things that a lot of people track. We're actually going to give you almost because to unmute ourselves. Okay, don't be overwhelmed. I know that seems like a lot, but take it one step at a time. Even if you're just tracking 3 things, track something so you know where you're headed, what you're doing, and you can make more informed decisions. So, Jay, what happens, typically if people don't track their KPIs?
To be honest, when you're not tracking, you're really just making your moves. We talk about this all the time. You're making your moves based off of emotions, and emotions come up based on past experiences. So I think, in my opinion, once you start tracking, you get some really reliable data. It's going to help you empower yourself. Those emotions aren't going to dictate your moves. You're going to be able to choose your feelings. Like, man, this emotion is coming up, but I feel empowered. I feel confident because I have the right data helping me. But I want to take a quick second and talk to you guys about some of the consequences of not keeping track of your KPIs. For a long time here, we weren't keeping track of our KPIs. So we're just honestly coming to you guys humbly and saying, hey, we're not the experts. We just went through this ourselves. We have the experience, and we just want to share you guys what we learned along the way.
So what happens if we don't measure performance? One thing is, without measuring performance, we're doing no better than guessing, which means we're giving up any control over performance. And this is what we've been talking about with you guys. When you're guessing and making uninformed decisions just based on how you're feeling, or if somebody, what someone else said, you're really giving up your control. And now you're hoping. And you're hoping you get the next deal versus what can I do? What are the things I can input in my business that are going to create the result that I want?
You can even be having like a down month, maybe a down quarter, but because you have the right data now, you can make some pivots, make some moves within your company to be intentional about the next quarter and go into that next quarter with more confidence versus bringing that same low energy along with us. And then number 2, without measuring performance, we can't know if our actions are working or not. If our use of time and money is making the difference we want, no difference at all, or even making things worse. You laugh, why?
Because we're just so unaware. We don't know what we should be focusing on. And that's a big thing. We want to prioritize the most important actions in our business. But if we have no idea what's producing the most, we're just guessing, and we're hoping that the actions we're doing are working.
I remember trying to make different investments within the company. Like, this feels right, Samara, and Samara would be coming back like, nah, there's no data to back that up. That would cause arguments between us because I was trying to make a move based on my gut instinct. And if you know me, it's like, man, my gut, I rely on my gut. That don't work all the time in business.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of both. Number 3, without measuring performance, we don't do better than mediocre. Even if our organization appears to be performing well, that's not guaranteed to continue, and pursuing excellence is out of the question.
Yeah, and as investors, this is what we want to do. We want to pursue excellence. We want to set a standard for ourselves. We want to get better. And how do you get better? You get better by measuring your results. You get better by actually collecting data, taking some time, even if it's just once a week, to actually be there with your data, speak to your data, listen to your data, and then make moves, empowered moves based off of what that data is telling you.
Yeah, and it's really, what is your why behind this? If you're just trying to do a deal here or there and see what you can get, then maybe you don't need KPIs.
You don't even need an organization because that's just a hobby business.
It's just a hobby,
yeah. And you don't need a finance department really because you just got a bank account with money in it.
Yeah, but if you want to actually pursue this, create a 6-figure business, grow your company, it's going to take some data. Number 4 is without measuring performance, we can't anticipate and prevent or mitigate problems. Instead, we spend too much time and effort fighting fires and cleaning up messes.
Or arguing with each other. We should have put that up in there, right?
Right. And, this is just being reactionary.
Yeah.
We're just reacting to anything that is the loudest in our business. And we don't want to operate that way. That brings on stress and it brings on confusion. We want to take control.
Again, when we talked about, that problem, it lasted 6 months. We caught it at the 6th month, but it was too late. It ended up costing us $15,000. If we would have been a little bit more on it as far as our data, we would have caught that problem a whole lot sooner and we wouldn't have had to react to it.
Yes. And number 5, without measuring performance, we can't objectively prioritize. Instead, where we spend time and money will be decided by a popularity contest or the squeakiest wheel.
Yeah, and that makes no sense because, to be honest with you, one of our mentors told us, running a business and all the departments is kind of like whack-a-mole. You focus on the highest priority at a time. What we mean by that is sometimes your marketing is the highest priority for a certain season. You just need to figure out what's going on in the marketing. Where are the leaks? Where am I just wasting money? What 1 or 2 marketing strategies are the main ones I need to focus on for this quarter? Once you fix those things, you might need to change your focus over to sales. What's our close rate? What's going on? Why is our close rate so low? Why is it decreasing quarter over quarter? What do we need to do in order to get this number to go up?
Yeah, and as your organization grows, the numbers become so much more important because you can't do everything. And so you need to be able to see what's really going on at a different level.
And then number 6, without measuring performance, we suffer in uncertainty and lack of self-belief. Our decisions will be sabotaged by untrue evidence like opinions, hearsay, and biased data. We forgot to put in there emotions.
Exactly. And that's you hear people saying, oh, the real estate market's going to crash. It's going to crash.
So no data to back that up. They just going off of what they heard on the street.
Exactly. So you basing your whole data, all of your actions off of thinking that the real estate market's going to crash. But what are your numbers and your company saying? Right. Are you still getting people that need help selling their properties? Are you actually still getting a lot of buyers looking to buy the properties? Well, then that's what you focus on instead of everything else around you and other people's opinions.
Cool. Well, as we wrap up today, guys, I really hope you guys had. Oh, I think we're coming back. We good? We back. We are so happy and grateful to have gone through a whole season of Scale Your Sales with you guys. If you're our students, we are even more happy to give you guys this information for free. Take your time with it. I know it's a lot of information, but when you're ready to become a high performance mobile home investor, that information is there for you. And it's going to be like rocket fuel to what you're already doing because you're capable. You just need to pivot a few things, have the right information, raise the awareness, take consistent action.
Absolutely. And if you have not got started yet, no worries. We can definitely help you there. We'll leave a link below this video. You can apply to join the family and our Trailer Cash Academy Accelerator program. We would love to welcome you in and show you how to start building your mobile home investing business today.
And as always, if you got value today, go ahead, do us a favor, like that video, and go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you're new with us. In the meantime, guys, take your time with this information. If you need to, hit the replay button. We'll be back with you guys with more value next week.
All right, guys. See you later.